Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the 23 of Capacity Building Training for 1,000 Nigerian Civil Servants on ICT, organized by Hammad Technologies and Consultancy Limited. So today, as always, we are going to start by showing our outlines, which is what we are going to cover for the day. We are going to start with recap on the 22. Then we move on to grade lines in Microsoft Excel. After that, we will talk about cells, then rows and columns, and then we have a question and answer session, and then we call it a day. Okay, so recap on the 22. Previously on the 22, we introduced Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel, Microsoft Excel. Yes, we see what it is, what is the what it can do. As we say, it's a spreadsheet program used for organizing data that organize data in rows and column, and we can use it in for calculations and data analysis and other things. We also made mention of the uses and importance of the Microsoft Excel. Yes. We also have a walkthrough of the interface. Yes, of the Microsoft Excel interface. Okay, so in our today's class, we are going to talk about first we are going to talk about grid lines. What this grid line is just those light gray lines that separate your rows and columns. To they form grid on your sheet. They separate your rows and columns. You see them in the form of just like tiny white light gray lines. Yes, you'll see them as tiny light gray lines, just for them to separate your rows and columns. Yes, for them to guide your eyes to see your rows and columns, to for you to be able to easily locate your cells. And after that, we'll talk on cells. Yes, we'll talk on cells, those boxes, those boxes you see in the middle of the grid lines. Yes, it is just all those boxes. And then we'll talk about rows and column. We'll see how we can add and remove rows and columns in Excel. We'll talk about that also. Yes. Uh, okay, let me share this Excel screen so that we can start the walkthrough and explain everything in details. Okay. As I said, we are going to start by explaining grid lines. Okay, this grid line, as you open this Microsoft Excel screen, okay, what you will see first is this sheet. As I said, you see the rows and column is separated by this this tiny light gray lines that go horizontal and vertical. You just cross across the sheet. These are what we call by grid lines, and they're just there to help guide your eyes to locate your cells and your rows and columns. Yes, as you can see, this is your column, and this grid line will help you identify it. This is your cell. The grid line will help you identify it. And something about this grid line, you can also remove them. It's just there to guide your eyes. When you remove them, you just see a blank screen on the Microsoft Excel screen. You'll just see on your sheet. Yes, you'll just see a white blank sheet of paper on the, though it will still have the cells, but this green line is just there. It just overlaid on top the sheet so that it will guide you to locate your cells. And you can remove it by coming to this view tab on the menu bars. Then you can uncheck this grid line. When you uncheck this grid line, all the lines will be removed from the Excel screen. Okay. As you can see, we are having just white blank sheet here on the Microsoft Excel screen, and you can see you can also locate your cells. Just that you don't know where the cell is. Just you're just seeing blank here. You just that you don't know where the cell is located. You just seeing blank. This grid line will help you locate the cells. When you remove them, you just see a blank screen on the sheet. And yes, this is grid lines. And then after grid line, we will, as I said, we will talk on, we will discuss on what again? Yes, cells. What are cells? These are cells. These things that we see. These boxes that the grid line separate. All these boxes are what we call cells, and they are there in Excel. Yes. And this is simply the intersection of your rows and columns. They just intersect by using rows and columns. The intersection, as you can see, this is a row and this is a column. When they intersect, they form cell. Yes, this is a cell. This is what we call cell, and they are the main use of this cell is for them to hold our data inside, to hold our entry. So when we type something, it is the element that hold our data that we can use to store our data inside. But let's say maybe I want to store something inside, maybe you can select it just the way you can select it just by clicking on it, just one click. For you to start editing this cell, you need to double click on it. You must double click on it before it show you this cursor inside it that you can that you can use to start editing the cell, so that you'll be able to type something inside it. Let's say I just want to type something like name. Yes, as you can see, name is stored inside this cell. So how do I edit something that I already put inside this cell? I can edit it by just coming to it and double click on it again. Yes, when you double click on it, it will give you the chance to continue editing, to continue typing something inside. As you can see, I can continue typing something inside this cell. And just something you should note about this cell: how do you delete it? How do you delete yes, how do you delete the entries that you type inside the cell? You can delete them by just typing on this delete on the delete button, on your keyboard. When you click on delete, everything will be deleted. But when you want to delete it bit by bit, you use backspace, and you must double click it for it to allow you to enter the editing mode of the cell, so that you can use backspace. Yes. But when you want to edit the whole entire the entire entries that is inside the cell, you just click on this delete button on the keyboard. Everything will be deleted. And yes, and you should also note this about cell. When I have something typed inside my cell, and I just come I just select it without double clicking it, so that it will allow me to start editing it. I just select on it. As you can see, the cursor is not blinking. When I start typing something again, when I start typing something new on the cell, in the cell, it will overwrite everything. It will delete the previous one and start writing the new entry that I'm typing. Yes, it will delete the previous one and start it will overwrite everything and start the new one. Yes. Yes, this is what I can say about this cell. Yes, just for you to store your data inside. Yes, for you to store something inside. You can store text, number, date, or many other things. Any other type of data you can store inside this cell. And after this cell, I made mention of this. We are going to talk about rows and columns. Yes. Uh, these rows and columns. Let me start by rows. Let me explain this rows first before we move to yes. Let me explain column first, so before we move to rows. What column is this? As you can see, it's being highlighted. This vertical, let me say tube, so that you understand it better. Let this vertical tube here is what we call by row, and it's stacked by it's yeah it's stacked yes, it's vertically stacked. Yes, this row is vertically stacked. As you can see, the tube is vertical. It's vertical. It's straight. Yeah. Okay. As I said, uh, I finished explaining columns. Yes, I say they are stacked. They are vertically stacked. Yes, they go vertical, and yes, they go vertical. As you can see, this vertical tube we have here is our column, and is stacked next to another. next to another one, next to another one. It goes like that. And we have this is our row. This is what we call by row. This vertical top that is stacked. Yes, they are stacked next to each other also. This is and we use normal numbers to label our rows. Yes, we use no as I mentioned previously, we use alphabets to label our columns. This row is labeled by using numbers, as you can see. Number one, row one, we have row two, row three. I'm sorry, row three, row four, up to about we have more than yes, we have more than 1 million rows. Let me check just check the numbers. This is the maximum number of rows that we have in Excel. Yes, we have more than 1 million rows in Excel. Yes. So after yes, so how do you add and uh delete these rows? How do you add and remove these rows? We can add another row. Let's say maybe you have something like maybe you have fields like name, right? Then you have maybe field. Let me just say salary. Let me just say salary. Okay, let me type it here. We have these two headings. Let's see. Let's take for example. This is a table that we have. This is our headings. This is our two headings, and we have this headings for name, name of employee maybe, and yes, name of employee and his salary. To so in case we want to add another row maybe we forgot to add the row for yes the column for what should I call yes the column for employee ID. Yes, how do we
Okay,
add that?
or
How
grade
do we add
level.
another
Or
column?
or grade level.
Yes, employee ID. How do you add another column? You can just add it by selecting the, let's say I want to add it between this name and this salary. So the first thing I need to do is just select this one, the one above the line that you want to add the your column, right? Then you right click on it, on the number of column, you will see this insert. When you just click on this insert, another row will be added to the sheet. Yeah, I mean to say column, another column will be added to the sheet. Then you can type whatever you want to type. Let's see, let's just see ID. You can type whatever you want to type. And if you want to delete a column, you can also do it by just right clicking on it and click delete. It will be deleted. You can add it just by selecting this one and just click on right click on it, then insert. It will be added. And there's another way where you can add and delete this row. When you just select on something like this, when you select on it, you will just type Control Shift. There is a shortcut that you can use to add and delete your row. For you to add one, you just click Control Shift then plus. It will be added. Control Shift plus. Well, yes, it will be added. For you to remove it, you just type Control minus. It will be removed. As you can see, this one is being removed. For you to delete a column or a row. It's the same thing with row. You can also add it. You can just do it. Let's say I have something like maybe one. I have maybe three. I want to add another row. Or just select this one and just right click on it, or maybe click right Control Shift plus. Another row will be added. And when I click Control minus, it will be removed. This is how we can uh yes add and insert and remove our rows. Yes, I think we have covered all for today. Yes, I mean, yes, let me just check. Yes, we have covered all for today. Yes. So this is how we add our rows and column in Microsoft Excel. This is how we add them by using our sheet. And this is all we are going to discuss for today. The class is very short, as you can see. This is all we are going to discuss for today. Then I think we are going to move to the question and answer session so that you will be able to start asking the question so that we can move forward and end the class. Let me just share the screen so that we can. Okay, okay, okay. We are moving to the question and answer session. Okay, so do you have any question regarding to this class?
Yes, I have a question, please.
Okay, okay, sir. I can hear you.
Okay.
Go,
There
go.
is this particular calculation we used to do using Excel,
Yes.
Microsoft Excel.
Yeah, can you repeat the question?
There is this calculation we
Yes.
usually using Microsoft Excel.
Okay.
Are we, is it the same, this Microsoft Excel, we input the formulas and have that they usually Excel for that calculation, or it's a special program that people use to do and learn that particular Microsoft Excel? Because, for example, I have a pyro experience. I work with a bank before.
Yes. Yes, I can hear you. Hello. Just a second. Excuse me, I can no longer hear you. I'm not hearing what you are saying. Who is talking? Sanusi Yusuf Nadabu. Can you please start afresh? I cannot hear you. I think maybe he's having issue with the network. So did anyone among you have any question regarding to this class so that before he is able to figure out how to start talking again?
Assalamu alaikum. I have a
Wa
question.
alaikum salam. Okay.
Please, in that exam, can we, in generating the report, in order that we're going to see all the exam formulas
Yeah,
and that law is going to disappear.
please, a bit
Only,
raise your volume. I cannot hear you. Raise your voice. I cannot hear you.
hello, are you hearing me?
Yes, I can hear you now clearly. Yes, I can.
I said I wanted us to generate any report in that exam so that to see how we are going to generate it in order to see the one that is going to blank without any line and the other one that is going to generate with a line. So,
Okay, was to print. Okay, okay, for you to print. Let me share the screen. Mm-hmm. I really like this question that you asked, SK, really. Uh, uh, for me to prove that this grid lines are just there overlaid on top the screen just for you to be able to locate your cells and columns, rows and columns. Yes, it's just there for you to locate your rows and columns. As I say, you can also remove them. They are not that
yes,
useful in Excel. When you for me to prove that, let me just print the Excel. Let me just pretend to print it. When I click on print Control P, let me just try to print it. When I try to print it, you will see that the page will be blank with only the entries that I have. You will
Yes,
have a
sir.
blank page with no any lines on it. As you can see, all I have typed on the sheet is just this one, two, name and salary. No any lines will appear on the paper when I try to print it. No any line will appear
Yes,
on
sir.
the paper when I try to print it. As you can see, unless
Okay.
I use border lines. I use border lines to create table on the Excel document. Unless I know any line will appear on the screen on the sheet.
Okay.
Yes,
Six,
that's
five,
how it works. This grid line is just there for you to be able to be guided to locate uh
okay,
your
understood.
cells. Yes, your cells, and including your rows and columns. Yes, for you to be able to see them visibly. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So any other question? Any other question regarding today's class?
No question.
Okay, no any question. Okay.
Yes, sir. No question.
Okay, so I believe this is where we end the 23 of capacity building training for 1,000 Nigerian civil servants on ICT, and where we discuss on among the Microsoft Excel interface, we discuss on grid lines, cells and rows and columns. We see how to add rows and columns, and yes, how to add insert and
Uh,
delete your rows and columns, yes, in Excel.
Sorry, sir.
Yeah. Okay.
I have remember, please. Yesterday, my week three assignment, though it's not, my question is not on this, today's listing lesson.
Okay. Okay.
Yesterday, I sent my week three assignment, and on my Gmail, I see it read Q. So I don't know if my listing will go after. So I think it's a network problem, but I don't know
Okay. I think
what that
maybe
queue mean.
for me to address that issue, just send me message on WhatsApp.
What's
Just
up?
message me on WhatsApp, yes. So
Okay. Okay.
I'll
Thank you.
contact the
Okay, sir.
management and
Thank
see
you.
what we can do about it. Okay.
Okay,
Just
sir.
message me
Thank
on
you.
WhatsApp. Okay, no problem. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Good night.
Okay, thank you. Okay, this is where we end the class. We shall see you in the next class, inshallah. Thank you for coming on board.
You're welcome. Good night.